Court, in a 6-3 decision, has restricted the authority of individual federal judges to issue nationwide injunctions, handing President Donald Trump a major legal victory and altering how lawsuits against the federal policies may now proceed. The ruling stems from Donald Trump's attempt to end the birthright citizenship through an executive order that was signed on his first day in office. While the court had declined to rule on the constitutionality of that order, it stated that sweeping nationwide injunctions likely exceed the equitable authority that Congress has granted to the federal courts. Now, reacting to the ruling, Trump has celebrated the outcome on social media platform Truth Social, calling in a giant win in the United States Supreme Court. He said that even the birthright citizenship hoax has been indirectly hit hard. So that's a reaction that has come in from Donald Trump. Listen in.
Well, this was a big one, wasn't it? This was a big decision. An amazing decision, one that we're very happy about. This morning, the Supreme Court has delivered a monumental victory for the Constitution, the separation of powers, and the rule of law in striking down the excessive use of nationwide injunctions to interfere with the normal functioning of the executive branch. The Supreme Court has stopped the presidency itself. That's what they've done. And really, it's been an amazing period of time this last hour. There are people elated all over the country. I've seen such happiness and spirit. Sometimes you don't see that, but this case is very important. I was elected on a historic mandate, but in recent months we've seen a handful of radical left judges effectively try to overrule the rightful powers of the president to stop the American people from getting the policies that they voted for in record numbers. It was a grave threat to democracy, frankly, and instead of merely ruling on the immediate cases before them, these judges have attempted to dictate the law for the entire nation. In practice, this meant that if any one of the nearly 700 federal judges disagreed with the policy of a duly elected president of the United States, he or she could block that policy from going into effect or at least delay it for many years, tie it up in the court system. This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades. And we've been hit with more nationwide injunctions than were issued in the entire 20th century together. Think of it, more than the entire 20th century, me. I'm grateful to the Supreme Court for stepping in and solving this very, very big and complex problem, and they've made it very simple. I want to thank Justice Barrett, who wrote the opinion brilliantly, as well as Chief Justice Roberts, and Justices Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas. Great people. I'll handle Iran.
All right, monument victory. That's what President Trump has called it. Rishabh continues to stay live with us. And Rishabh, this is a big win for Donald Trump because there have been multiple occasions where decisions have been taken by the executive, but it has been halted by the judiciary in the United States. So now the latest ruling coming in from the Supreme Court, what does this pave the way for?
Well, this gives momentary relief to the U.S. presidency for sure. We have seen since Donald Trump came in for the second term on January 28th, a number of his executive orders have been pulled down by the single-judge benches of federal courts in different parts of the United States, and that has been an issue for the presidency, and they have been crying foul for that, be it the birthright bill, be it the tariff bill, or others as well. Now the Supreme Court has limited the power of single-judge bench who cannot have a sweeping order on executive orders passed by the U.S. presidency, and that gives a bit of relief to Donald Trump. You know, important bills like the tariff, or for that matter, the big beautiful bill that Donald Trump keeps talking about, the birthright bill that Donald Trump has been pushing for. These bills would have been, very well be challenged in court, and in birthright bill for that matter, the court struck down the executive order as well. But now that the powers have been limited, Donald Trump will have a bit of breather, but whether this will be definitely not easy to say right now. given that it might not be the one-judge bench, but a two-judge bench or a four-judge bench, a five-judge bench that U.S. Supreme Court or U.S. federal courts have, might have opinion different from Donald Trump, and that might create further controversy.
Okay, all right, Rishabh, stay with us. We have more breaking inputs now coming in. And another strong warning to Iran after Operation Midnight Hammer.